What's going on, guys? The True Red Dragon here, and welcome to my channel. I'm just an average gamer that's here to give you my honest opinion about video games that I feel I have enough knowledge and time invested in to bring you a review that you can trust. The subject of today's review is the newest installment of the Final Fantasy franchise, Final Fantasy 15. Final Fantasy 15 is a very large and mostly open-world game that has somewhat broken away from the norm of the expected Final Fantasy paradigm and has made many changes to what most longtime fans of the franchise might be used to. What are these changes, you might say? Well, I'm glad you asked, because in this review, we're going to break it down category by category. So with that being said, let's get into it. Now, I won't be giving any spoilers here, but the gist of the story of Final Fantasy 15 is that it is centered around the prince of the warring nation of Lucius, named Noctis, and his three friends/bodyguards, Gladiolus, the Brawn, Ignis, the Brains, and Prompto, the comic relief. The four set out on a journey to a foreign land so that the prince can marry a woman of great importance as a kind of symbol of peace between the kingdom of Lucius and its rival nation, the Niflheim Empire. But things change as the Empire betrays the King of Lucius. Noctis and our gang of heroes then set out to try and take back their homeland. So now that you know the basics, the story is something that could have definitely been better, but I'm also content and pleased with what we got. There are plot holes and important moments that are not shown to us during the course of the game. Now this may be fixed in future DLC installments, and there are other related media outlets such as the movie Final Fantasy XV Kingslave and the anime Brotherhood Final Fantasy XV that would give you more context into the story. Now, while I understand that they use the movie and the anime as a means to raise hype and draw in more gamers, all of the context should have been provided within the actual game. You shouldn't have to go elsewhere to gather important plot information about the story. Still, I will reiterate that what we got was good and I personally enjoyed it. I would also like to wait on passing judgment until future DLC is released that could potentially fill in the story's gaps. Combat in this game has taken a sharp turn from the turn-based combat that the Final Fantasy franchise is most well known for. Instead, it is a real-time combat system that is very fast-paced. You have a decent selection of weapons and a few categories of weapons to pick from, like great swords, one-handed swords, spears, and even guns. Attack combos are performed by holding either the circle or B button depending on what console you're using, and holding the left stick in different directions for different styles of combos. The combat is very easy and intuitive, but not so easy that it comes off as boring. The combos look amazing, and when you couple them with well-timed phase-in, phase-out dodges, you will truly be a force to be reckoned with. Now, another change FF15 has made that diverges from the norm of Final Fantasy games is the summons. Now, I've heard a lot of reviewers complain about the fact that the ability to summon them is finicky and it's not as satisfying, but I completely disagree. The thing is that in the context of previous Final Fantasy games, summons were almost like Pokemon creatures that you could level up and regularly use in combat. In the context of this game, however, the summons are literally gods within the story that can pretty much one-shot any enemy in the game because, they're freaking gods. If you could summon them at any point in combat, no one would even bother actually fighting. Why have a lengthy skirmish when you can simply summon a god to rain copious amounts of hate on enemies by hurling lightning bolts, tidal waves, or even island-sized chunks of earth at your enemies? The game could definitely have used more usable summons such as Ifrit and Bahamut, but that may be a reality in future DLC. Now, you may have heard me say that the world is mostly open, and may be wondering what I meant by that. Well, the first two-thirds of the game are essentially free roam. After a certain point in the story, however, the game becomes much more linear. But don't get disappointed just yet, because after completing the main story, you can jump right back into the open world with all of your gained abilities and experience, with new dungeons and side quests to conquer. The open world is an absolute blast. From fishing, monster hunting, side questing, and in late parts of the game, cruising the skies in your very own flying car/jet. There's so much to do, and in my nearly 50 hours of gameplay, I still have no problems keeping busy and having a great time. So overall, I love this game. For me, it's one of the best games I've played in a very long time, and exploring the world of Eos brought back fond memories of exploring the land of Skyrim for the first time. And that was an experience I never thought would be duplicated. Sure, the story needs a bit more depth, and some changes may be hard for old fans of the franchise to swallow, but overall, this game is truly extraordinary. Witnessing the land of Eos and its wondrous geography is truly breathtaking and is still awe-inspiring each subsequent time you see the various epic landmarks. So, taking all of that into consideration, I am giving Final Fantasy XV a 9 out of 10. I could not recommend it more, and I hope that all of you at least get a chance to try this game out. Do you agree or do you disagree with my rating? Leave a comment below and let me know what you think. Thanks so much for watching, and don't forget to leave a like and subscribe for more of my content. See you all in the next video.